First Watch is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
And welcome to your Friday. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas and Sheriff Mark Daniels. Good morning.
Good morning, Cochise County.
Hello, everyone.
Well, let's start with Cochise County football.
Yes, Buena's making the trip to Marana. Marana, the Tigers have been a powerhouse the last several years, doing really, really well with that program. They actually went up to the 6A, played there, but they're back to the 5A. And again, they're just got a very, very good program. A heck of a receiver. He's like 6'7" up there, just dominating. So this is a big game for Buena. They need to win this game. Now, Buena plays Marana really well. They got a good read on Marana. So everybody thinks, well, Marana's going to walk away with this. I wouldn't say that. Buena plays them well. They read them well. This will be a better game than most people anticipate. So we'll see what happens. But listen, Colts are going to be playing Marana Tigers tonight at 7 o'clock. So it should be a really good game.
And after you're all excited about Buena winning, then you can think about the U of A that's also going to win Iowa State tomorrow.
Actually,
4 p.m. Hey, they're going to take it.
So the Wildcats had a win last week because they had a bye, but and then the week before they played Weaver High School. So yeah, they're doing really well at 3-0. But they're playing Iowa State Cyclones. They're 4-0, and they're number one in their conference, 12th in the country. Was U of A ranked yet?
Yeah, they were. I got to find it for you. Yes,
okay, yeah.
They're like number 2. Let's just go with that one.
Yeah, we'll go with it. And so if U of A can win this, that sets a statement. They will bust into the top 25, no doubt about it. But Iowa State beat Iowa, which is their rival already this year. So which is usually doesn't happen like that. So Iowa State, good program. They really put together the last few years. But then you look at. We got to hit this. It kind of capitalizes what we're talking about. ASU, Arizona State University. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're 3-1. They've been playing some ranked teams. Again, they're playing TCU, number 24th in the country. ASU was ranked. They dropped out of the rankings, and please, Carol. And so if they can get this win, they'll go back in the top 25. So I see a big showdown coming for U of A, ASU. It's coming. They're both decent this year. I was talking to the police chief from U of A Police Department, and he told me, he goes, Sheriff, let me know when you want to come up. Let me put you on the home field. And I said, oh, I'll be there. And so should be a good game. Carol and I will be on the sidelines. You can go on U of A. I'm actually going to the ASU sideline. I've already told the chief. He goes, you U of A fan? I go, I didn't insult you. So, no, I'll be on the ASU sideline.
With the smaller sideline.
It'll be packed, Carol. I'll be over there with Sparky. We're going to do it.
We'll see.
Well, the weather is going to be in the news the next couple of days because we're going to get more rain.
And I did an interview yesterday on that. Yeah, the weather is forecasting flood warnings, and the ground saturated. We've had a lot of rain. It's like this. Mother Nature was really quiet coming into monsoon. Got some rain a little bit here and there. But, boy, it is just pouring in right now. So the ground is really saturated, and I think that's the biggest concern. Listen to people talk. I'm no expert at this. But if we get some a lot of rain like they're predicting, it's going to be some dangerous roads out there. And we lost a good citizen here a couple weeks ago. So our safety message, simply put, is turn around, don't drown. Don't take the chance on it.
And, you always hear that maybe people who are forecasting what is coming, Grady mentioned 50% right some of the time. Well, something like that. Right 50% of the time. And so we have to really maintain that even if you don't think it's going to happen, it can happen. And we had meetings yesterday talking about all kinds of wind and up to 2 inches of rain in the mountain areas. So be very, very careful.
Oh, yeah. And again, I said this yesterday, I'll say it again on our show, everybody knows their neighborhoods best. They know their roads, they know their washes, they know the terrain, and that's where, sad to say, that's when sadly the incidents happen on the way home. So again, patient. If the road's flooded out, don't force it, don't challenge it, and go the other way.
And it's coming up on the time of year where there's going to be an event every weekend. And yesterday, the Cochise County Fair started.
It did. The 101st Cochise County Fair. We spend all day down there on Saturday, talking to people, eating the healthy food, all the things, going to the livestock area. And it's such a cool event. I mean, I think that's a community anchor, county fairs. I mean, I grew up with them in rural Iowa, Illinois area. And so I just think it's great. So please come out to the 101st County Fair in Douglas at the fairgrounds out there. I think it opens up at 10 o'clock till whenever they close those doors around midnight or so. And then on Sunday it opens up at noon. So it's a great event.
And so we also have upcoming events next weekend. My goodness, we have Art in the Park. That's on the 4th in Sierra Vista.
Art in the Park.
And our Sheriff's Assist team is instrumental in keeping the security and safety during that.
And they stay out there 24/7 to make sure those tents aren't, anybody breaks into them or messes with them. So thanks to our volunteers for doing that.
And Rex Allen Days also in Wilcox. So you have north in the part of the county. So that's going to be the 4th for the parade part of it. So we'll be on that.
And then also, let's go back to an event that was last weekend, the Daughters of the Revolution.
Oh, that's right. So the Daughters of the American Revolution, they celebrated Constitution Week, and they do that every year. They've invited the Sheriff's Office to attend. So it's nice that we're able to, put out a proclamation that you sign, and we're able to take care of that.
It is. It's such a mentorship program for America's history. And Carol, I know you and I have been involved in that for a long time, in support of, and I had a conflict last weekend. I had to be at the Benson Car Show. Went up and judged that. Nice show, by the way, everybody. It turned to be a really, really nice day for it. But so I missed the DAR event. You went over and did that. And but I'm always impressed how these adults are mentoring our young about the history.
And another event that happened was the Stan Greer Millworks Law Enforcement Appreciation Day.
I know. It was packed this year. I pulled in there about halfway through, and there was cars, law enforcement cars, parked along the roadway, and the parking lot was full, people in line, and just Gary Greer, Stacy, and the Greer family, thank you. And for all the sponsors who put that together, thank you, and all the donations from businesses, and it's just such a cool event. And I told Gary and Stacy, I said, I got to ask this, are they here for the event or the prizes? And I'm going to stick with the event, of course, but and they have such great prizes, is why I say that. And but I got a call from Stacy about 5:30 yesterday, and I did win a prize. I thought it was a Kawasaki 450 brand new quad, but that didn't happen. But I did win a 12-foot skeleton. So you will see him on my property here very soon, as Nikki and I erect him up to the flagpole. So he'll be sitting there proudly with his glowing eyes.
And everybody will appreciate it in your neighborhood.
Oh, they do. They do. In fact, yeah, we actually got skeletons. It kind of matches. This was a good gift, actually, to win. But we actually have skeletons. We have an acre across the street that we're going to put skeletons on the swing and in my old tractor. So it's going to be quite the place to drive by,
So now everybody's going to want to know where you live so they can drive by.
Yeah, find the skeletons, you'll find your sheriff.
There you go. And so tomorrow there's also ALA Sierra Vista campus is having a walk to prevent suicide. And I think that is an important opportunity for people to learn about mental health issues and how these things impact you. So it starts at 7 and it goes to 11 at the ALA track.
Nice event. And thank you for ALA, American Leadership Academy out there on Buffalo Soldier, for sponsoring this, hosting this. And again, it's all for the community. It's all for a great cause.
And Dine Under the Stars is coming up this weekend.
It is. University of Arizona. Dining Under the Stars is this week. It's raising funds for their educational foundation. And it's just an honor. It really is an honor to do this. And, of course, you all know I'm an ASU guy. And so that will come out Saturday night as Jeff Davenport and I MC that event. We've done it for many, many years. But they always bring me back. So and they auction me off. And that's where the catch is. They get a little bit of money on me to help students. And so, but I will have to give my ASU Sun Devils support and wave out. There's always one or two shy Sun Devils in the crowd. And I always ask, who's Sun Devils? Always one or two in the back will raise their hand. They put it down real quickly. I said, you stand up and be proud. And they won't do that. They won't.
Because it's a U of A event, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
I said, listen, I got the microphone. Let's embrace this moment. And then they shut my microphone off. I don't know why.
And so Benson had a national night out. Benson Police Department was instrumental in doing that. And now Sierra Vistas is coming on the 7th.
A lot of stuff going on. Yeah, Benson turned out to be very, very, I was looking some of the stuff they had going on. They did a really good job, Benson did. I'm going to give them a shout out on promoting that, social media, all the good things, and turned out to be a very nice national night out.
And the Charlie Kirk Memorial was this past week, and we actually sent a couple officers up on the detail.
We did. We sent 2 deputies up to the event. This was a very sad event, let me just say that, but also it was a very manpower intrusive event, keeping everybody safe. Thousands and thousands of people were there, and flow over for the next stadium and all the things. So we sent 2 folks up. 2 of our EOD, our explosive folks that work with explosive devices, went up there and worked on keeping people safe up there. So I want to give Rob and Alex a shout out for being up there doing that and getting back here safe. Let me just say that.
And you also attended an ACTT meeting and Nogales, I believe.
I did, and ACT is the Alliance to Combat Transnational Threats. It's kind of unique to Arizona. It's made up of all your federal directors, FBI, DEA, ERO, ICE, Border Patrol, all the way through your local sheriffs and some police chiefs. And we get together monthly, quarterly, depending on the demand. I chair it right now. And so we had a meeting in Nogales at the Port of Entry. Thank you to Nogales Port of Entry, our folks down there. Very, very good host. But we talk about what's going on, what programs, and it was a very productive meeting. And I tell you, that builds that partnership that we have in this state that I always say it's special. There's a reason I say that. It's not just because it's a special place. No, it's a special place, both Cochise County and our state, because we're working so close together for our common cause. And we got some stuff that we're going to produce coming out of our own border center here locally, which is a partner with all this, on some of the good things they're doing. Hopefully in the next couple weeks, Carol, you and Grady will be putting some out. I think it'll make the public very happy.
And the helicopter, you wanted to talk about the helicopter today.
I do. Folks, I'll just say this, in the fact that if a helicopter is flying at night and you put a laser on that helicopter, that is a felony. And then I'm giving a warning on that. We are addressing a complaint on that right now, not on our helicopter, but that is a serious violation. And if we find out who did that, we're coming after them. We're working in a joint operation with the Service Police Department, Sheriff's Office. So again, if they're listening to the show, I'm telling you, it's a serious crime. It's not a joke. That's a serious matter. It is a felony. So I'm putting a warning out right now, but again, we'll keep you posted on that too.
A lot of accidents happening throughout Cochise County. And let me just start with, there seems to be a lot of maybe driver error, but there was one north in Wilcox where a school bus went into a sinkhole. And I don't think that anybody could have predicted that. And some of the comments were, how did you not see a hole? Well, how would you think that there would be, I don't know, a crater in the middle of the road going to the center of the earth?
And what wasn't explained is when the bus, which is they're very heavy, full-size bus, did the sinkhole when he drove on it, didn't collapse. I mean, we don't know. And I know the investigation is still underway, but I'm just glad no kids were hurt. I mean, they went to a pretty good-sized sinkhole, if you saw that on our social media site. But, again, I'm just glad no big got hurt. And that seems to be a common, and especially the east side of the county where, a lot of the farmlands, agriculture, and you get these sinkholes, and there's 1,000 things we could debate on why we have sinkholes. But at the end of the day, I mean, I'm just glad no kids were hurt when that bus went down in there.
When you said farms, that made me think of Apple Annie's.
Yes, and I had a meeting out there with the owners of Apple Annie's. They're getting ready I went out there this week because if you can hear me or people live on Fort Grant Road north of Wilcox off I-10, it's a very heavy travel road into Graham County. It's a very long stretch there in Cochise, but Apple Annie's is toward the end of it. And so we were having a lot of complaints. We had some accidents out there too. We've made over, I think it was 380, 350 traffic stops, a whole boatload of citations out there, trying to get people's attention. Slow down out there. Slow down. But we had the opportunity, one of the supervisors and I went out there and sat down with the owners of Apple Annie's, and it was really cool. If you take the kiddos somewhere, go to Apple Annie's. They got the pumpkins already. They're getting ready for the big, and it's actually kicking off this weekend, Saturday. But also they got the maze, the cornfield maze, and I was looking at that, and it's just so much cool stuff out there. It's just a great place to go if you're looking for something to do in the fall as it gets a little cooler at night. And Friday Night Football, of course, don't miss that. But then go get some pumpkins out of Apple Annie's and all the vegetables. They're great people. They really are.
And just hopefully people slow down as they're going through there.
Yeah, that's the other thing. We're going to be out there working some details. So please slow down. Don't make a product of one of our traffic stops. If it is because you're going too fast. So please slow down. And
then we've also had, a 5-car pileup. And people want to know if that was weather related or not, or I think that ultimately ended up somebody being impaired. Yeah, the alcohol was a factor in that one, and our alcohol related events are going up. If I've been telling, the guys were just talking to me about this yesterday on another incident we were talking about. So please don't drink and drive. I can't say that enough. I mean, that 5-car pile up. I mean, and what's weird is with the marijuana being legalized. By the way, you can't go out in that Walmart parking lot to smoke marijuana. It's only for your private domains. It really is, or designated areas that you have private control on. So if you're out in public smoking marijuana, that is illegal, folks.
That is illegal. I just had an issue with that here a couple weeks ago in front of a bar smoking marijuana. That is a violation of the law. So please keep it to your own domain. But people think they can smoke marijuana and then jump in the car and run to Walmart. I'm telling you, if you show signs of impairment to the slightest degree, that's the standard, you will be charged for DUI. And that's caused a big impact for law enforcement, to include my deputies. So, again, don't drink and drive.
And Benson had a huge issue.
Yeah, I was heading to Appomattox on Wednesday, where a tanker, and what was weird about this was a fuel tanker hauling gasoline, coming out in Nogales, Mexico, full, heading north on 90, getting up close to I-10. And I don't know the exact cause, if he fell asleep, medical issue. I don't want to speak on that. That was just some of the things that we talked at the scene. I was at the scene. It was a little after 6 in the morning with the Benson PD and the fire department up there and trying to get the road all. Our SAT team came out and helped out, Sheriff's team. But was the fact that why he went off the road and rolled that thing, but gasoline was coming out the top, and you can imagine, I think it was like 7,500 gallons. So we had to wait for a hazmat team out of Phoenix, and kudos to Benson PD. They did a really good job on that.
Well, let's talk about the jail district meetings. How have those been?
We wrapped them up Wednesday night or Tuesday night. Wednesday night, we wrapped those up. I had to think here. Last one was in Benson. We had a makeup up there in Benson. A nice turnout up there, and I feel good about it. I do. I feel really good that the thing's going to pass. It's an efficient way to do it. I know we have our naysayers, but the only thing I ask, if you're going to say no, help us figure out what we do then, because there's no discussion about that the jail's no longer operational. It's no longer up to industry standards or the infrastructure can support any years. Let me just be real. So long story short, I feel good it will pass, and I want to thank the citizens that are out there supporting us. Anybody that still has questions or concerns, give me a call. Give the sheriff's office a call. Come to our jail, and we'll do the best we can to accommodate you and also your questions.
And sharing information is really important, not only with the citizens, but with other agencies, local, state, federal, about things that are going on, challenges, solutions. And you're going to do just that. Starting Sunday is the Southwestern Border Sheriffs Coalition and the Texas Border Sheriffs Coalition that are going to have their conference at Wild Horse in Phoenix.
Yeah, so I'm the president of the Southwest Border Sheriffs. So our fall conference, I said, we'll host it. Arizona will host it, so along with my Arizona sheriffs, but we're going to host it in Maricopa County instead of Cochise, mainly because of the travel. It's a 2-day event. They're going to fly in Sunday. I'll be up in Phoenix Sunday, and we got folks from Washington, D.C. We got the governor speaking on Monday. We got Attorney General speaking on Monday. So we have a lot of people that we're going to engage with, and the primary focus of our conference this coming Monday and Tuesday is to kind of enhance our programs, make sure the interoperability is working and the intelligence sharing, actionable sharing is working, but how do we move forward? And that we're all in some kind of understanding and agreement. So, again, we're looking forward to it. It should be a good conference, and that'll be Monday, Tuesday.
And Sheriff Mark Daniels, do you have a stop of the week?
I do, because as my guys say, I'm like a poop magnet. And I said that. I said a very good word there. But I was in one of the convenience stores, and as I'm getting my Diet Coke and my complete cookie, the Larry Lenny cookie, the manager said to me, he goes, "Sheriff, I think that person just shoplifted." So I turned around, and there was nobody. I said, "Where'd that person go?" And the manager said she thought it was a female, went out and jumped in that white van. So I opened the door, and the white van was just pulling out, and I said, "Was that it?" And she goes, "Yes, that's the vehicle. That's him." So I grabbed out, got my car, the car went up the road. I got in behind it. As I'm approaching it to stop it for the shoplifting, the car was having trouble staying in the lane, drove 100% off the pavement into the grass ditch, because the grass is high right now, into the grass. How it didn't flip, I don't know. Into the shoulder, came back on the road all over the place. Hit the lights, the vehicle didn't stop. Hit the siren before the vehicle came to a slow roll stop. I walked up. The driver was very impaired. It was a female with very short hair with a ball cap. So that's what I thought it was a male too at first. Long story short, she had stolen 9 buzz balls. Those are alcohol, strong alcohol. You see them at the counter when you go up. The little buzz balls are $3.99 a piece, because I took the theft report. $3.99 a piece. She stole 9 of them. Already had one open in the console. And get her out of the car. Obviously, it was an impairment. She didn't admit to me at first, but when you have a buzz ball sitting in your console, kind of opens up as a problem. So got her out, and she told me, she had been drinking. Yeah, she finally admitted she stole the 9 buzz balls. But what was worse about it was she had just got arrested the day before for aggravated DUI, and because her license already revoked, suspended. So, and just had bonded out. And then she did this, and she made a comment to me, please don't arrest me. I don't have any more bond money to get out of another offense. And this is a sad story. It truly is a sad story. And now we charge her. I charge her for the theft, shoplifting. We also charge her for aggravated DUI and put her back in jail. And this person needs serious help. And I said, listen, if you need help, your law enforcement partners will always be out there to help you. But when you commit a crime where you're going to hurt, kill somebody, you're going back to jail. And that's what happened here. So my message to you is, don't drink and drive, folks. If you need the help, addiction is a horrible thing, as we talked about. These walks tomorrow, that's going to happen is, at the end of the day, is, get the help you need. Get the help you need. And that's a disease. Addiction is a disease. But you got to accept it, and you got to make it better.
Well, Sheriff Mark Donalds invite everybody out to Cochise County football.
Well, Cochise County football is all over the place tomorrow night. I mean, pick a game. All your local teams are playing, but the big one is going to be Buena's actually traveling to Marana to play the Tigers on a game that should be game of the year for both teams. They know whoever wins this is going to shoot them into the playoffs, deep into the playoffs. So good luck to our Colts.
Well, Sheriff Mark Donalds, we thank you for coming and talking to us today.
Thank you, Grady. Thanks, Carol. Everybody have a safe week.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas. And our next guest from the Sierra Vista Police Department, it's Corporal Borkstadt. Good morning.
Good morning.
So you've brought a guest with you as well. So who did you bring with you?
Well, I'll let her introduce herself. This is absolutely amazing.
This is Michelle from Lori's Place.
Yeah. We are here to talk about Faith in Blue. It's coming up October 10th. It'll be held at Lori's Place. This is actually our 5th Faith in Blue event, the 3rd time that we've held it at Lori's Place, and it's extremely important that we get the word out about Lori's Place, because as far as law enforcement goes, they help us out so much when it comes to domestic violence issues and sexual assault issues. If we had to take a victim of sexual assault to get an exam without Lori's Place, we'd have to go all the way to Tucson. Lori's Place is the only organization in Cochise County that is able and certified to do those types of exams. So it's extremely important to support them and keep them here in Cochise County. As far as the domestic violence part goes, they offer
Strangulation exams. He just looks at me. So we've got a Cortex Flow camera that picks up latent bruising that you cannot see with your eye, which is very handy when you have a strangulation case, because you can't always see the bruising. And I'll be darned if there's been plenty of times that we've gotten amazing pictures of handprints that you can't even see. So we are able to do the strangulation exams. We do forensic medical exams, forensic interviews, and then we offer the mental health portion of it. We've got peer support services. So our victims can meet with someone who's been through what they've been through and schedule those appointments to talk through how they're feeling and what's going on. So.
Yeah, and for the Faith in Blue event, again, it's going to be held October 10th from 11 to 2 p.m. at Lori's Place. It's going to be a great event. We're going to have obviously a few guest speakers, and then for me the most impactful thing is they're going to have some survivors of domestic violence kind of tell their story, and if you're at all curious about what goes on, you need to come and listen to these folks, because it's absolutely amazing the services that Lori's Place offers, and to help these folks get through that trauma and go on to be successful members of our society. So, again, please, if you're able to, come to Lori's Place Friday, October 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's going to be a whole lot more stuff going there, and I'll let Melissa tell you more.
Melissa,
I'm sorry. Too many words.
It's okay. It's either Michelle or Lori or Melissa. And we're going to have food.
Oh, yeah.
We are going to have food. The American Legion Off-Road Riders and Smoking Joe's are donating burgers and chicken and sides. They're going to have that all cooked up for us. So we are going to have food, and it's a free event, open to the public. We encourage everybody to stop by. We're going to give tours. Please come by. Listen to those stories from our victims, because they're very, very important to hear. If you've never been a victim of domestic violence, it's very eye-opening for you.
You've just heard how important Lori's Place is to the community and to law enforcement in our area. So how can the community help Lori's Place?
So we've got multiple ways that the community can help. If you want to go to our Facebook page, it's our website, it's loriesplaceaz.org. We've got a how you can help page. We have our 200 Club. We're looking for 200 people that can donate a certain amount of money over so many years. They will go on a plaque within Lori's Place. Corporate sponsors, I'm looking for corporate sponsors right now. I'm meeting with some of the big businesses in town to get them signed up for that. Go to our Facebook page. There's ways to donate new clothing items with the tags still on. We definitely need women's mediums and large. Leggings, shirts, bras, socks, underwear, that kind of stuff, but mainly the shirts and leggings right now, so that when we have to take a victim's clothing for evidence, we can send them in something comfortable, that's new, that's not scrubs or something worn by somebody else.
Well, Michelle, we thank you for what Lori's Place does in our community, and we're glad that you're here, and we really appreciate everything you do for law enforcement and for the Sierra Vista and Cochise County and beyond community. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
And Scott, invite everybody out to Faith in Blue one more time.
Yeah, again, it's going to be Friday, October 10th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Lori's Place, which is located at 214 East Tacoma Street here in Sierra Vista.
First Watch on KWCD Country is brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
Giving you an inside look to your sheriff's office. Let's go back to First Watch on KWCD.
And it's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. I'm Grady Butler. With me is Carol Kappas, and Scott Borgstadt from the Sierra Vista Police Department is still here.
I'm still here.
It's like we can't get rid of you. No, but we love it when you're here because you always have great events that are coming up, and you brought another guest with you today.
Yeah, we sure did. We've got Captain Christie from the Salvation Army here, and kudos, this is her first time being on the show.
It is, so congratulations and welcome to Sierra Vista.
Thank you so much.
So tell us a little bit about yourself as you're just new to Cochise County. Let us know who you are.
I am with the Salvation Army. My husband and I oversee the Salvation Army here in Sierra Vista. We've been here since beginning of July, and it's been a whirlwind of experiences.
And even though this is your first time on the show, it won't be your last. We've got Kettle Kickoff coming up. You guys
That's
do so
correct.
much in the community that we're going to have you on regularly. So welcome.
Thank you.
You bet.
I
and
look
so
forward to it.
Now we've got another event that we need to talk about. This one's happening tomorrow.
Yeah, it's tomorrow. This is called Victory Over Addiction. Thank you. Victory Over Addiction. It's going to be held tomorrow, Saturday, September 27th, from 9 a.m. to noon at Veterans Memorial Park. They're also going to have a walk for recovery that starts at 9 a.m. In and around the park area. This is an important event because it brings a lot of different organizations together for people that are either suffering from an addiction of some type or have overcome their addiction. In law enforcement, we see this all the time, and normally when we see it, they're at the very bottom or hitting the bottom of the barrel at this point. And a lot of times these folks get arrested, have to go to jail, and don't have options available so much to overcome those addictions. But this group or this event is available for folks that have an addiction, or if you have a family member and you need some information, come out to this thing and go to the booths, talk to the folks, because a lot of them are addicts or recovering addicts that have been there, done that, and can help folks get through that difficult time in their life.
Captain Christie, why is this important to you at the Salvation Army?
First of all, I believe in community, and I believe that recovery can happen if you surround yourself with people that can support you and you don't feel alone. And as well as Salvation Army has ARCs, adult rehabilitation centers around the country that we want to be part of this journey that they're making. And I know it's a hard decision to decide, well, I'm going to get clean, whatever the addiction is. And the process will be daunting for some, and we want to make sure we just come alongside them.
And what will you have there tomorrow?
We are going to have our Lily van, which is our EDS van that we serve out of for emergency disaster services, and we're going to serve water, coffee, and some snacks. And we are going to have a booth along with about 20 or so vendors that's going to be there to just encourage them, just celebrate the process that they're making, whether they have overcome the addiction or they're in the process of making that choice. Because often they say, making that choice is 50% of the effort, right? So we would just want to make sure that they are celebrated.
Corporal Borkstadt, who should attend this event?
Anybody that is interested in any of the services that are offered, or like I said, someone suffering from an addiction right now, this is one of those things to where law enforcement really is not going to have a presence out there, so you don't have to worry about, coming out and getting arrested, that type of thing. It's more important for people to get the services that they need to overcome those addictions. Some examples are going to be like harm reduction, sober living, peer support, overdose prevention, health services. This is a big one. Legal aid. Legal aid is going to be out there answering questions, helping folks out. We'll have representatives for housing, mental health support. A whole lot more organizations will be out there. So please, take some time, come out tomorrow, Saturday, September 27th from 8 a.m. till noon. It'll be at Veterans Memorial Park. If you want to come and do the Walk for Recovery, that begins at 9 a.m.
All right, well, we thank you for coming and talking to us today about this event. And also, welcome again to Cochise County, and we look forward to having you more on the show, Captain Christie.
Thank you, Grady.
You bet. Anything else you want to throw in, Scott?
Well,
you always have other things.
We'll do a teaser. How's that?
There you go. What do you got?
Teaser. Well, get ready. It's coming up. The annual Sierra Vista Police Department National Night Out.
Oh, yeah.
Coming up October 10th. It's going to be huge. It's going to, last year was big. This is going to be bigger. Last year we had somewhere around 7,000 people come in, and we're expecting that much or more. It's a great event. So National Night Out, October 10th, Veterans Memorial Park. The event time is from 5 to 8 p.m. If anybody wants to come out, set up a booth, you can contact me at the Sierra Vista Police Department by calling 520-452-7500.
And you're going to come back next week to remind us and give us an update on National Night. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks for coming and talking to us today.
Be safe.
First Watch on KWCD Country. It's brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative.
You've been listening to First Watch, brought to you by Sulphur Springs Valley Electric Cooperative. Keep up to date. Follow the Cochise County Sheriff's Office on Facebook. And tune in next Friday, 7 a.m. for First Watch right here on KWCD.